Well, today is the last day of whatever month this is. I think it's March, right?
Yes, it is.
Today is the last day of March. Thank you so much for joining us. This is, if you don't know, Wayne Goldsboro Television here on Channel 10 and Channel 99. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good morning. Thank you for being with us.
I know what it sounded like, but I really do know where I am and what day it is, right?
Yes, he does know where he is and what day it is.
Most of the time. Okay, today is Monday.
Yes.
Maybe that's the problem. Okay,
because it's Monday.
Because it's Monday. Okay,
it takes a minute or two on
that's
Mondays.
Right. Tomorrow's another day, and tomorrow's also another month. In fact, April's already here.
I can't believe it.
I know, I can't believe it either, but hey,
Can't believe it. It's here.
It's here, moving right along.
Well, today on the show, Wayne, we have folks here talking about the Kiwanis Road Run.
Oh yeah.
That is one of the longest marathons in the entire state.
One of the oldest.
What did I say? Longest?
Yeah, longest.
Longest running. Well, there you go.
Longest running, yes.
Longest running marathons in the state. And that's the Kiwanis Road Run. You'll hear more about that coming up soon. And then I believe you spoke with someone about Cures for the Colors.
Dr. Jim Atkins will be with us, and looking forward to that. He is always extremely pleasant to have in the studio with us. Very knowledgeable, and I think most everybody in Wayne County knows Dr. In fact, so many people across the entire nation know him. He is quite the outstanding oncologist here in the nation.
Absolutely.
In fact. So it's always great to have Jim in the studio with us.
That's right. Anything special happening today?
Well, today I'm still trying to get over the fish fry. Oh boy, that's coming up.
That you eat 2 times in one day.
I'm gonna, yeah, that's coming up this Friday, and I can't wait. It's that's going to be a big day for us. We'll tell you more about that as the week goes by. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Spring art classes for adults underway at the Arts Council of Wayne County. Always so many things going on. It's for adults too now.
It is. Adults, children. They have a long list of classes, and if you go to their website, they have anything you can possibly imagine that is arts related. They are offering it at the Arts Council of Wayne County.
Wow.
Several of their classes are free, and then there's many other classes that are offered at very low cost.
Wow.
And I know you are looking, probably, the Arts Council information.
I had that here a moment ago, and I lost it. Can't find it, but we'll get that for you.
We'll get it. Artsinwayne.org is their website.
There you go.
Arts, ARTSIN, Wayne.org.
WA something NE. I told you it's Monday.
It is Monday. It is.
Okay. What you got?
Wanted to remind everyone that opening day for the Goldsboro Kiwanis Miniature Train is Saturday, April the 5th. It's from 1 until 5. You can ride the train for $1. That is the Kiwanis' special day that they're asking you to bring things where you can get a ride for free, but you're donating to the community. And some of the things they're looking is they would like for you to bring magic markers. This is, of course, new items. Magic markers, Play-Doh, children's books for children ages 5 and under. All these proceeds will go back to the Goldsboro Family Wise preschool program.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and then any ticket sales on that particular day will go back to communities and schools. So they're partnering, Kiwanis is partnering with both of those groups. They're also on that special day going to have a booth set up. And if you come on that Saturday, April the 5th, they will have a Majesty Rose fan club set up where you can actually write Majesty Rose, which is Goldsboro's American Idol contestant, write her some fan mail, and they'll mail it to Majesty from you.
How about that?
Yeah, so they're going to have all kinds of exciting events happening. It's called Kiwanis One Day. All aboard, connecting kids with the community on Saturday, April the 5th. Bring some of those little things we talked to you about, and you can ride the train for free.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is great. Don't forget Thursday, the Coin Club, Wayne County Coin Club meets. Talk to Barry at Goldsboro Coin on East Ash Street to get information about that. And you do not have to have a coin collection to be a member. You just have to have an interest in coins. It's a great organization. Also Friday, the Fish Fry. Also April 9th, we have Chris Brewer coming back to the Senior Center, a talented singer who shares her version of Southern Gospel with the seniors at the Senior Center. That's coming up April 9th at 10:30 in the morning. Spring into Fitness this week, April 2nd is Wednesday. Carolyn Robertson will be at the Senior Fitness at the Senior Center, answering questions, and question and answer period will follow her discussion. The program free and open to the public. Anybody can go. 919-705-1785.
We want to invite you as we celebrate Goldsboro High School Firefighter Academy and Explorer Post. Yeah. They're having an open house, of course, April the 7th at 6 p.m. at Goldsboro Fire Station number 1, which is 204 South Center Street. They're going to have a short presentation, then they're going to have some light refreshments. It's all about learning about Goldsboro firefighters.
All right.
Yeah.
Time to go to our interviews.
It is, so stay with us.
Our guest in the studio today is Mr. Scott Edwards, and Scott is an engineer with the City of Goldsboro, but we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about the Greater Goldsboro Road Run that's coming up. When is that coming up, Scott?
It's coming up Saturday, April the 12th.
Saturday, April 12th. Well, tell me this now. How long has this road race been going?
For 36 years.
People have been running for 36 years here.
Yes.
And they're not tired yet, are they?
Well, these people are in great shape. You should see them.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I think it's a great event. And 36 years means this is one of the oldest in North Carolina, isn't it?
Yes, it's the second oldest next to the old Reliable in Raleigh.
So number 2, as far as age, as far as the oldest, second oldest run in the state. And this is, how far does this run goes?
Well, we have a 10K and a 5K and a 1 mile fun run.
Okay. So do you actually have to run, or can you just kind of crawl or walk along?
You can walk. If you walk 5K, you can do that, but we don't have any walkers of the 10Ks. So
okay, but the fun run 1 mile would be you'd be invited to walk or run or whatever. And certainly. See, I'm just thinking about the people who have not done this before, who are thinking to themselves, you know, I'd like to kind of try that, but I can't run. I'm out of shape. But they can get out and walk, can't they?
Certainly. They can do a combination of running, walking.
Hopscotch or whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Just get it done, right?
Yes.
Get out there and do it. And it is, number 1, it's a lot of fun. And you're getting outdoors, and you're enjoying the fellowship of all the people out there who are all after the same thing, and that is to get out and support the Kiwanis Club and this road run. And the 36 years, how long have you been involved with it?
Probably about 10 years. I've ran in a couple, but I haven't been able to master running and trying to help lead it at the same time. So
okay.
I run in other events.
Well, how did you get invited to participate as chairman?
Well, the fellow who got me in the club, Ferris Duncan, was a former chairman, and eventually he turned over his reins to me for the last 2 years.
Ferris's fault, huh?
Yeah.
All right. No, I'm just kidding. Ferris has always done a great job with the road run.
Yeah, he does a fantastic job.
Local attorney here in Goldsboro.
He still helps. He still helps with it.
Oh, yeah. So how many people do you feel may be participating in the road run this year?
We had 330 last year, and we're on that pace at this time, so we're hoping for about that many this year as well.
That's a lot of people. Yeah. How does that fare compared to some of the others in the state? I know Raleigh is bigger, but is 330, is that a low number, medium, or is that a lot of people?
It's probably a medium number. There's a road run down in Beaufort that has about 700.
Oh, really?
They're a little bit younger than us. And we've been up higher at one time years ago, but we're starting to creep back up now with our numbers now, so it's good. So
Saturday, April 12th is coming up soon. And a 10K, how far is 10K? What is that?
It's about 6.2 miles.
About 6.2. So where does the race run? It's downtown, I presume.
Yeah, we start at the Cornerstone Commons, and we run from Center Street up to Walnut Street, and from Walnut down to Jefferson, then back up Mulberry Street to Center Street. The 5Kers finish there. The 10Kers run that twice.
Run it twice, okay. And the 1K, of course, goes about, what is that? I guess that's about a little over half a mile.
Yes, the 1 milers, they run around the downtown Center Street, about where the streetscape would go.
Okay.
From down to Ash Street and back.
All right, so what happens after the run? Does everybody run somewhere and get a hamburger, or?
Well, we do have refreshments during the event and after the event, and also we do awards, first, second, third place for the different age groups. They're in five-year age group difference.
And on a serious note, I want to mention this is a sanctioned run. This is this is a legitimate run, and it's sanctioned by the people that sanction this sort of thing.
Yes, and the race, the distance has been checked and certified for the running agency as well, so it's been certified for many years.
Okay. And actually, people come from all over North Carolina and outside the state to run this race.
Yeah, we've had some people from Pennsylvania running the race, people from the coast and all over.
All over,
yes.
Yeah. And of course, we have a lot of runners right here in the Wayne County area to run this race. Yeah.
And we also have some people do the hand cycling as well.
Oh,
one
really?
or two each year that do that. So
oh,
that's,
yeah. I had a good friend who was a hand cycler and participated in but he was a world-class biker as well. He passed away last year. But hand cycling, how many of those do you expect?
Maybe 2 or 3. We have one this year, and one that ran last year passed away as well.
Yeah.
Maybe the person you're talking about, but I know Lloyd signed up again this year.
Okay, good.
In Tacoma, so. Great.
All right, April 12th, downtown Goldsboro. What time does it get started?
9 o'clock. All the races start off at 9 o'clock in all directions.
In all directions, all at one time.
Yes.
So how does someone get to participate in this event?
Well, you can go online at www.runtheeast.com and register online there, or you can pick up a brochure from some of the area businesses that are here, or you can contact Sunrise Kiwanis online as well. www.runtheeast.org? Yes.
Or is it .com?
I think it's .org actually.
Okay.
You may want to try either one.
Try either one.
Yes.
All right, but I think it's runtheeast.org and or contact Sunrise Kiwanian, and that's at sunrisekiwanisonline.org. Runtheeast.com. It says it is .com. You're right. Okay. Or you can go on the Facebook page, Greater Goldsboro Road Run Facebook page. All right, Scott. Thank you so much for being with us today. If anyone has any questions, they can check those sites, or they can talk to a Kiwanian, or they can all call you at one time.
Okay, and one last thing, we're a fundraiser for different agencies, youth groups in the city and the state, and that's our main goal, is to fundraise money for that. That's why we're
I'm glad you mentioned that. I forgot to ask you about that. That's what the Kiwanis do.
Yes, to the Boys Club, Reach Out and Read, and other groups that may have needs in Wayne County.
All right, Sunrise Kiwanis Club. Thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Today we're talking with Dr. Jim Atkins of the Southeastern Medical Oncology. And Dr. Atkins, thanks for being with us. We want to talk about Cures for the Colors.
Very good, yes. We have our 4th annual Cures for the Color event coming up in April. It'll be the weekend after Easter, and we're excited. Last year, the Southeastern Cancer Care, which is the organization that actually has Cures for the Color, distributed over $100,000 to cancer patients in eastern North Carolina. So the whole purpose of Cures for the Colors is to raise funds to help cancer patients while they're going through either surgery, chemotherapy, or radiation therapy. And it's only for people who live east of I-95 or in the counties that I-95 traverses.
Okay, there's a lot of information there. Let's start back up to the this money is for the cancer patients. Now, there's a lot of research being done, and there's a lot of money being raised for cancer research.
That's true.
But this is specifically for the cancer patient.
That's true.
Now, why is that?
Well, when we're dealing with life as it is, a lot of people do not have a lot of extra funds put to the side, so that when they get sick, all of a sudden there's a lot of extra stressors there, and people are trying to decide, do I buy money, do I buy gas, do I buy food, what do I do? A lady I just saw recently, she said she was trying to scrape up some funds just to get some money so she could go to the doctor's office. That was last week. And so we got her hooked up with this. Now, 75% of the funds that are raised actually go to either gas cards or food cards. So again, the biggest thing that people are needing when they're going through this is, how do I put food on the table, and how do I put gas in the car just to get to the doctor's office?
And of course, this fundraiser helps to raise money for that purpose.
That's right.
To help people out.
And some of it also goes for rent, and some of it goes for electricity, and some of it goes for medicines, but none of it goes for doctor's bills or chemotherapy or any of those sorts of things. Those are handled by insurance companies, but these are for the things that it doesn't cover, and people are. The board of directors has limited it to $750 per year per person, and it's based on income, not on assets. And so we've been very pleased to see it help a lot of folks. I mean, if you're limiting it to $750 and not everybody does that, and you have $100,000, you're probably helping somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 or 300 people a year.
Cancer is has been with us a long time,
right?
And it is the killer.
Yes, actually by 2030 it will be the #1 cause of death in America.
By 2030?
Right. Right now it's #2 with heart disease being #1.
But now cancer covers a large, that's a big umbrella.
Yes,
and there's a lot of cancers that come under that umbrella. Now they're not all treatable, but some of them are.
Oh yes, and many of them are even curable. And
curable.
Most of them are going to be treatable, although they may not be curable. And so usually we can control many cancers. There are a few that we do not have very good drugs for. But the good thing is that the vast majority we have either good drugs for, or good surgery for, or good radiation for. And so that more than half the people who get cancer in the year 2014 are going to be cured of their cancer. And the number of cancer survivors in our country continues to climb at an amazing rate. So, and that's because they are being cured. And so there's a lot of folks who are cured. The problem is that there are some that everybody thinks about, like pancreatic and lung, that don't have the cure rates that we'd love to see. We'd love to see it all to be like testicular and Hodgkin's lymphoma, where the cure rates may be in excess of 90%. But there are still the others that do not have that kind of a cure rate.
The numbers are still high, however, of people who have cancer or are subject to that.
Well, we figure that 1 out of every 3 people will get cancer during their lifetime. And
that's
so
a high number.
Yeah, it is. 1 out of 3. Yeah,
one
you're
out
right.
of 3.
That's right. And so people will say, well, you know, I know these people in our block, there's so-and-so, and then next door over, and the next door over, and the answer is, well, yes, but if 1 in 3 are going to develop lung cancer or cancer during their lifetime, that's to be expected. You know, people wonder, though, do we have an unusually high incidence of cancer? And the answer is really no, not when you figure that it's going to be 1 out of 3. But it seems like every community thinks that their numbers are the highest in the country, but it's really not.
In fact, I've heard someone say that it seems that we have a higher rate here in eastern North Carolina. So that's just not true.
No, I don't think so. I think that our rate,
high everywhere. It's
high everywhere. And the problem is that, you know, the reason cancer is going to become the #1 cause of death or a killer is that people are dodging the heart attack bullet. They're getting stents, they're getting bypasses, they're getting on cholesterol meds, and lo and behold, they're not dropping dead at 40 or 50 from heart disease like they used to. And so we're all having homecoming, and if you're not going to die from heart disease, something is still going to take you home.
Right. So I think years ago, you and I, in one of our conversations, you said that if you continue living, you're probably going to get cancer.
If you live long enough, that's right.
Long enough.
Like I'm shooting for 150, so I know that I'll probably get it.
You probably will. Yeah, at 150, I would think. And that's simply because cancer, as you described it or explained it to me, is simply a mutation of cells.
Right, and as the longer you live, the more likely you'll have a mutation, either related to some environmental factor, a genetic factor, something called shortening of telomeres. All sorts of different things can affect our ability to develop a malignancy.
Southeastern Cancer Care is a nonprofit.
Right, it's a 501c3 organization, so it's tax exempt, and it has a board of directors, which have been very helpful in making sure that you know, we have guidelines and bylaws to help, so that we're helping people who need the help.
Explain the colors thing. What's cures for the colors?
Well, every cancer has its own color. And everybody thinks of cancer and they think of either purple or pink.
Right.
Purple actually is for the caregivers and also for all cancers, and pink is for breast cancer. And light blue is prostate cancer, dark blue is colon cancer, clear actually is lung cancer, although some have it as white. So each cancer has its own color. And so we want cures for all the colors, and sometimes a cure requires more research, and we're very committed to research, but sometimes a cure simply means being able to get to the doctor's office to get the treatment. A gentleman I saw not too long ago, he had head and neck cancer, and he didn't need to see me. He needed to see a radiation therapist who was right next door. And he lived 18 miles away. He had a car. He said, you know, I got a car. I just can't get there. And so at $3 to $4 a gallon, his car probably was not the newest. He probably could get 18 miles to the gallon, and so it's going to cost him a gallon each way, 5 days a week for 6 weeks, and he didn't have that kind of money.
That certainly adds up.
It does. And so what he needed, rather than more research, he just needed a gas card.
He needed a gas card.
So he got a gas card, he got his radiation, he should be cured, and he'll continue on with his journey.
All right, well, on the screen now we have the Cures for the Colors certified. This is certified, a 26.2 mile marathon.
Yes, we also have a certified 5K, 10K, and we also have a fun one-mile fun walk. It's also a certified ultra marathon. So the last year we actually had 10 people who tried to do the whole 100 miles by themselves, and 5 people completed it.
Really?
Yes, a girl or a lady from Florida, a lady from Ireland, a gentleman from Alabama, and 2 from North Carolina completed it.
Completed the 100-mile run.
All by themselves, yep.
Oh, my goodness. And when you say all by themselves, you're talking that
each person did it.
Each person did it instead of the relay.
Instead of a team.
Instead of a team.
And most of the people will do it as teams, and so we'll have a lot of teams. And this year what we're going to do is on the people doing it by themselves will start off Friday at 2 o'clock. And then we're going to have a kickoff Saturday night where they'll have barbecue and other things to eat. So hopefully people will come out to have dinner. And we're going to release sky lanterns on Friday night if the weather permits. Otherwise we'll release sky lanterns on Saturday. And they kick off with the marathon will start at 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. The 5K and 10K will kick off at 9 o'clock on Saturday, and the fun run starts at 10 o'clock on Saturday. So it's staggered a little bit, but I think it should be a great time for everybody.
All right, so and this is April 25th and 26th, the weekend after Easter. How does someone become involved with this?
Well, if they want to participate, they can either go to the website and which is cancercare.org, southeasterncancercare.org.
Okay.
They can go there and they can register online, or they can call someone at our office and get a registration form. The easiest way is probably doing it online, to be quite honest. So it's fairly simple and easy to do online, and there's a PayPal so they can register and everything online.
Okay. What does it cost to run?
I think it's $30.
Okay.
Except if you're doing the 100-mile, I think it's like 75 or something.
Okay.
But so it's the purpose for all the funds are, again, all of the funds stay here to help people in Eastern North Carolina. Nobody gets paid, nobody gets a salary, nobody.
It's all volunteer.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and that's some of the reasons we set it up. The Susan Komen, their CEO, makes I think I heard $640,000 a year.
Whoa.
And another one of the large organizations, he makes $1 million a year. So, but we don't have anybody who gets a salary. So all the money that is raised stays here to help people in Eastern North Carolina.
Now there's some expense, of course. You
have to buy T-shirts and things, but the total expenses are very minimal. And yes, we try to get water donated so that we don't have to buy water for the event, and Gatorade and that sort of thing. Right. And it's amazing the people here in Eastern North Carolina that have come out to help donate things like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, one of the pharmacies here in town is raffling off a bicycle. And the fire department recently presented a check. They all wore pink shirts for a month, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was great. Yeah.
And so
there's a lot of support here.
There really is.
But I'm not surprised at that. That's just the way we are here in Eastern North Carolina.
I think so. I mean, charity has to start at home, and you have to help your friends. I mean, it's your neighbors are your family.
Yeah.
And you've got to stay here first.
Well, you can see on the screen right there, you see the Southeastern Cancer Care, and put a .org behind that, and it'll take you right to the website, right?
All is one word.
All is one word.
Right,
Southeastern
no spaces.
Cancer Care, one word, no spaces.
That's right.
.org, okay? All right, and I hope you're able to participate. If you can't participate, perhaps you can even volunteer.
Right, I'm sure we'll need some more volunteers.
That's right, need volunteers for this event as well. It's April 25th and 26th. One more time on the screen there, you see the dates, 25 and 26, and go to southeasterncancercare.org and get information. And
if they call the office, it's 919-580-0000.
Now that's an easy number to remember, 580-0000.
That's right.
And you're no zero. You're my friend, and I appreciate you.
Well, my pleasure.
Thank you. Dr. James Atkins, Southeastern Medical Oncology, and southeasterncancercare.org. Thank you. It's always great to have Dr. Jim Atkins in the studio with us. He brings so much information to us.
He does, and you know, we are so blessed to have him work and live right here in our community.
That we are.
He's such a strong influence.
Yes, indeed he is.
In the oncology world and just cancer in general.
So, and again, let me remind you that the Cures for the Colors run is not for cancer research. It is to help those people who are having difficulties with their buying gas to get to the doctor's office, or problems with getting enough food. That's the purpose of the Cures for the Colors fundraiser. And you can help. If you're not a runner, you can still help by being a volunteer. So call the number that was on with Dr. Atkins there a few moments ago.
There you go. Reminding you, Pig in the Park is Saturday, April the 12th at Waynesboro Park. Lots of fun happening that day.
Yeah.
They'll have more barbecue than you've seen in a long time.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a fun day, free of charge to get in at Waynesboro Park. Love to see you there.
The pyramids.
Yes.
You've heard of the pyramids in the Middle East,
yes.
In the East. They were built a long time ago.
Yeah, I'd say so.
At the time, they were the tallest man-made structures in the world.
Really?
When they were built, the tallest. And nothing was taller until the Eiffel Tower was built in the late 1800s. It was a monstrosity. It was described as a quote-unquote horrid nightmare, the Eiffel Tower was, because it was supposed to be covered.
Right.
It never got to that point. But anyway, that happened on this very day in 1889 when it was opened.
I think that's unique that most people, younger folks, may not know that it was supposed to be covered. It was designed to look completely different.
That's right.
And things changed, and it never happened to be that way, and now look at it.
Yeah, it's certainly an icon.
Absolutely.
It says Paris.
It does.
It does. You can hear it.
Yeah, Paris.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear it.
Daylight saving time went into effect for the first time throughout the U.S. on this day in 1918.
1918.
Long time ago,
right.
Almost 100 years ago. Folks would spring ahead an hour, allowing for longer early evenings. That happened on this day, 1918. Of course, not every state did. North Carolina didn't get into it until quite a bit later. Quite a bit later. I remember, though, when I knew someone who worked in Virginia, and they would commute back and forth to Virginia every day to work. And Virginia was on daylight saving time, and North Carolina was not. And they'd actually get home before they left work.
That's pretty cute.
That's true. That's true. Shirley Jones is having a birthday today.
Is she? How old is she?
She is 80. Christopher Walken, 71. Gabe Kaplan. Welcome back, Cotter.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's 69 years today.
I forgot that was his name.
Yeah, Gabe Kaplan. Rhea Perlman of Taxi and a bunch of other stuff. Married to Danny DeVito for a while there. She is 66 today. And Mark McClure is 57. He starred or was on Freaky Friday, Back to the Future, Superman, Apollo 13, That Thing You Do, and a bunch of other stuff. Mark McClure is 57.
Well, happy birthday if it's your special day.
That's right.
I want to remind you the North Carolina Pickle Festival is right around the corner. It is the weekend of April 25th through 27th. It is their 28th annual North Carolina Pickle Festival. 28 years they've been doing this.
That's hard to believe.
And let me tell you, they put on a great festival. It is filled with activities from Friday night all the way to Sunday morning. Put it on your calendars to attend April 25th through 27th in Mount Olive, North Carolina.
And there you go.
Yep.
Is that it?
I think it is.
All right. We got a nod. Yeah, well,
yes, we did.
That's it. Well, you know, we do this every day, Monday through Friday, so join us again tomorrow morning. We're here at 7 a.m. We repeat at noon p.m., a.m., p.m., noon o'clock, and then again at 5:30 in the afternoon, again at night. So join us if you would, please, or go online to WayneGov.com, click on the YouTube link, and join us on our WGTV, the Wayne Goldsboro Television Channel. All right?
That sounds good.
Very good. Until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.